From an action-filled post-apocalyptic survival guide to a repertoire of budding romances, the adaptation of The Last of Us as a TV series has left us in awe. Here is our list of the best to worst episodes of The Last of Us. Episode 3 was just exquisite. Love and survival. A slow-mo, a montage, an ode to unconditional love, an ode to devotion. Hauntingly beautiful. That's how beautiful this episode is. Episode 3 revolves around Bill and Frank's love story, a survivalist and survivor who find each other by chance and end up living out the rest of their life together. It's remarkable. Simply proved that love will be the last ember alight at the end of the world. I was never afraid before you showed up, Bill tells Frank. In an apocalyptic universe, love still survived, even when humanity didn't. Guys, I wish I could have what you have. Hard eyes for you two, man. The couple literally grow old together in their lovely little euphoria in their small town. Can't get any better now, can it, folks? Who doesn't love a love story that beats the test of time and, well, a whole apocalypse? Not every episode ends on a heartwarming note, and the next on our list, episode 8, When We Are in Need, is heartbreaking. This episode is a little triggering, but it is executed so well. Ellie has a borderline traumatic experience with a preacher of a nearby community named David. The community has to resort to giving into immoral yet desperate measures when battling the unbearable winter starvation, and it takes a horrific turn. Won't give too many spoilers, but sheesh. Gut-wrenching it is, to say the least. Another episode that tops our list of how agonizing the show can get is the first episode, When You're Lost in the Darkness. Not to give you too many spoilers, but hey, you've been warned. We're informed of the cordyceps in the 60s first. The story time skips to the protagonist, Joel Miller, trying to run away from the grotesque fungal outbreak. Zombie apocalypse in the flesh, quite literally. Run for your life, mate. What are you on? They do try though. It does happen. Time skips forward to 2003, where Joel and his daughter, Sarah, try to escape Texas on Outbreak Day. 20 years later, Joel and his partner Tess agree to take Ellie, their gifted messiah, to the Fireflies. And the survival battle begins from here. If you've loved the video game, you're in for a nostalgic treat. The visuals are phenomenal. They resemble the game too. The story takes its own twists and turns, but it's worth every second. The writing is marvelous. The actors are spot on with their character depictions. Watch for yourself, folks. Episode 2, Infected, is an hour-long, terrifying tale. Horrifying, but deeply engrossing. This episode was set in 2023, outside of the quarantine zone in a long, abandoned Boston, overrun with infected. And it ends up causing Joel and Tess to clash over Ellie's fate and her immunity to the cordyceps. The eerie atmosphere, the setting, the depiction of the infected, they elevate the watching experience tenfold. Trust the devoted fan and give in. The music is perfect, the pacing even more. It'll keep you on your toes, in awe and in enchanted horror. Episode 4, however, is where the visual imagery takes the crown. Absolutely incredible visual artistry. Ooh, in awe. Many fans have chosen this as their top pick. Visual artistry, 10 out of 10. Beautiful post-apocalyptic landscape you can't get over, 11 out of 10. Escaping a manhunt where your heart is stuck in your chest with Joel and Ellie, 10 out of 10, yet again. Watch this one for the aesthetically pleasing scenery. I guarantee you will be just as impressed as I was. Episode 8 was a soul-stirring one. The Last of Us episode, When We Are in Need, episode 8, is an emotionally charged and intense episode. The viewers are reminded of the bitter reality of the world they live in, its cruelty, and the violence that follows. The fragility of life flashes in front of your eyes. It's unsettling, grim, bizarre, chills deep down to the bone. The episode follows Ellie's journey, her past and her traumatic history, how having to grow up in a world of brutality and violence took a toll on her. The writers depicted this aspect precisely, and you can feel her pain through her eyes. The episode explores the power of human relationships and how they can be a source of strength and hope in a world filled with chaos. It explores hope, tragedy, loss, inner strength, and courage are all shown remarkably. Small tip: keep the tissues near you when watching this episode. It might get messy. In the darkest of times, humans can still find hope and meaning in the relationships they build with each other. Despite the danger and difficulty of their environment, when humans are in need, they can rely on each other and find the courage to go on. How beautiful is the message this episode portrays. A macabre setting, but a beautiful message of hope. Told you it was going to get emotional real quick. By the end of the series, in the 9th episode, Look for the Light, Joel and Ellie search for a way to cure the virus and possibly save humanity. Facing their fears to save the human race? Yep. What a burden. Having the whole world's future in your hands. The determination needed to stay alive, to cure others and restore humanity? Sheesh. They better start praying or manifesting, because just hope won't cut it. End the virus. End the zombie apocalypse. Their hard work must come to fruition, or they are very, very much doomed. Or, well, gone into zombie mode with no working brain cells. The agony. Oh boy. The message, however, is heartwarming. One reason to mention this episode in our top picks. Some episodes, however, are not that up to the mark. As a fan, disappointment might just follow. But hey, ignore the cons a bit. Cut the writers some slack. Here are the episodes that might be considered the worst on our list today. Starting with The Last of Us Episode 7, Left Behind, which sheds light on Ellie's character creation. It is a moving, faithful adaptation of Ellie's devastating backstory. However, critics have ranked this episode as the worst by far. Both Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie, and Storm Reed, who plays Riley, have responded to the homophobic backlash from bigots and shunned them completely. My reason is quite the opposite. No homophobic bigots here. Sorry to disappoint. It seems very rushed and felt unnecessary to the plot. Flashbacks would have made the romance feel more appropriate in this context of the show. We're also left guessing how to make sense of the cliffhanger regarding Joel's fate. And as we head into episode 8, we're left with the same unresolved situation. Endure and Survive, episode 5, was ruined by one fatal flaw. Showing the bloaters as big, silly rage monsters was so underwhelming. It doesn't even correspond to the game's description. The major defining trait of these clumsy bloaters in the game was how they emitted the toxic spores. How could they ditch this whole theme? The plot weakened here. The show ditched the premise of the virus being an airborne infection, which demanded a redesign. The fans were enraged, and so was I. Nonetheless, I hope you agree with our ranking of the episodes of this remarkable show. And that's all from my side for the masterpiece that is The Last of Us.